POV, you're cooked. This video is about goth girls. I don't think I ever really had a thing for goth girls. I know when I was younger, Raven from Teen Titans. Also the girl from Total Drama Island. Yup. Shigo. Yup. Dang. Maybe I did have a goth girl thing.
Goth Girl Hypnosis, a debilitating condition affecting millions of men worldwide where you remove all reasoning skills and ignore obvious red flags in pursuit of a goth girlfriend. And as one of these men, let me just say that...
See, I need to understand the meaning of goth because nobody cares if she's an actual goth chick. People might like the fact that she kind of looks like a goth chick. But I don't think most dudes that aren't goth want a goth chick. You know what I mean? Anyway.
And as one of these men, let me just say that we gotta stop this, bruh. Dating a goth girl is basically duct taping a stick of dynamite to your meat and praying for the right explosion. The first thing you gotta understand is most goth girls don't look like this. They look more like this. The goth subculture is literally based on being a fringe outsider. That mentality isn't exactly gonna appeal to the most attractive, popular girl. You're not born goth. Either society rejects you or you reject society and you start wearing black eyeliner and talk about flesh a lot for some reason. So whenever you do see a really hot goth girl, what you have to understand is for someone this attractive to start rejecting society and wearing fish,
like, this is goth. This is some like you drive by a situation like this happening and you start speeding up some. You know what I'm saying? I think goth chicks that end up fine shit goth chicks, what I think actually happens is they were goth at a young age and then they become fine shit. You know what I'm saying? Because chop shit could become fine shit. And I think that's what usually happens. You know what I'm saying?
She's probably dealing with stuff that you're not ready for. A hot, crazy goth girl is basically a recipe for a gone girl. Now, you might be saying, Rowdy, you don't get it. The fact that she's hot and crazy is the appeal. And listen, if you want to be dominated, I don't judge, you do you. But one day you're calling her mommy, and the next, you're on all...
The helly? A grown man should never be in this position. This is a position that no man should ever see in their life. You know, some people, people be like, oh, a nigga would say that they let a girl eat they, you know what I'm saying? That shit gay, bro. That shit gay. If we being honest, I don't care if it was a boy, girl. That shit gay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna put nothing in my booty crack. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's probably one singular person that could put something in my booty crack. Wait, pause. Chill. Wait, pause. Chill out. Let me finish before y'all start going crazy. But there's one person that could put something in my booty hole. Right? One person. Chill. Let me finish. Dang, bruh. I'm about to lose my train of thought, and if that happens, I'm gonna delete the whole vid, bruh. So chill out, bruh. Chill, bruh. Let me finish. You know, like when you go to the doctor to get that exam when you get like hit a certain age, and they gotta put a couple fingers in the booty. You know what I'm saying? A prostate exam, like. That's the only person that could stick a finger in, not a finger, but like anything. Like,
all fours and she's getting the strap. And I'm not talking about a gun. I think the reason a lot of regular guys are attracted to goth girls is not just the massive calcium reserves. There's also something enticing about what you don't understand. You go through life and every girl you meet is listening to Olivia Rodrigo talking about which identical picture looks better to post. And then out of nowhere you see this creature coming your way.
I'll be damned. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going for this one with a demon on her chest. Nah, bro. There's levels to this shit, bro. This is deep levels. This is like really up there levels. You know what I'm saying? Those are levels that a nigga shouldn't reach, for real.
You have no clue what's going on, but it's different and strangely hot, so your instinct is to investigate further. but the more you learn, the tighter the grip gets. I watched a guy date a goth girl back in high school, and at first, I'm not gonna lie, we were all jealous of him, but that jealousy faded almost immediately. You see, this was the most average guy you could imagine. Literally think of an average white guy, whatever you're imagining, that's correct. This guy's favorite rapper was Post Malone. That should tell you everything. Anyways, he starts dating this goth girl, and she wasn't just dye your hair and wear black eyeliner goth. She was trench coat and fishnet leggings goth. Within a week of the relationship, bro's blonde hair was black and so was his nails. A month into the relationship, he had stopped smiling entirely, and no joke, he started bringing a cane with a skull on top of it to school every day. At that point, I knew it was over for my boy. The scariest part was,
Yo, bro, that shit had a grasp on bro. Bro needs a factory reset, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro signed his soul away for a little bit of goth girl buns. You know what I'm saying? Bro is deep in them trenches, brother. That shit must be too, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that shit must be too good, bro. You know, there's certain things in life that you should never experience, like, you know, hard drugs. You know what I'm saying? You should never experience it. Why? Because it's probably good. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the best feeling you ever felt in your life. But guess what? I don't need to know that. The only reason it's the best feeling you ever felt in your life is because you did it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sure there's other things that could be the best feeling that you ever felt in your life, but you just don't do it because why would you put yourself in that position to become addicted to these things? Then that might be what goth girls are. You know what I'm saying? And goth girls, I'm not gonna lie, they love their white boys. Goth girls love their white boys. You don't really see a lot of goth girls with black dudes. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't do the same contrast. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the attraction to goth women is that strong contrast. You know, I feel like contrast is everything. I was just talking to Dawn today, and he was saying, like, to be a like good looking dude, all you have to do, you know, you got a head full of hair, you know what I'm saying, you got good skin and a nice physique. You got that, you know, you pretty set. Like, you could still be chop shit, but you at least be like a 6 chop shit. You know what I'm saying? But all of those things, I feel like, add to the contrast of your look. You know what I'm saying? Like, your arms, like, you need a good physique. Because, boom, you start getting that contrast. You know what I'm saying? You start getting those lines. You see all the lines in there. That's that contrast. You know what I'm saying? That's why you need a good physique. That's why you need thick hair. Boom, it adds a contrast to your face. Your skin good. It's not all over the place. It's not all bumpy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You got your skin, and then boom. You know what I'm saying? Good physique. You toned. You know, you might have a little bit on your face, like a little bit of contrast. And you got the facial hair. Everything is just contrast. So goth girls have a different level of contrast than the rest of us. But that's why you don't see a lot of black goth women, because the contrast just ain't as deep. So it doesn't really add as much. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big part of what it is. So a goth girl want a white dude so that he could get the black eyeliner and, you know, dye his hair, and then he could have that contrast too. You know what I'm saying? Put on a powder makeup like a damn vampire. You feel me? But yeah, I think it's all based off contrast. Everything is off contrast. That's what I'm going with, man.
After 4 months, they broke up, but his demeanor never changed back. Bro kept rocking the fingerless gloves, black hair and nails, and a cane for the rest of high school. That girl put a spell on him and changed him forever.
Facts.
Although I guess it would be weird if after breaking up, he just went back to a t-shirt and khakis.
Okay, maybe niggas can't do that goth shit. Maybe niggas can't do that goth shit. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga pretty fly. That's a pretty fly goth nigga, bro. Yo, we don't see enough black goth dudes, bruh. This nigga pretty fly. Nigga look like a vampire. Nigga look like something out of a scary movie type shit. That shit pretty fly though. You know what I'm saying? And what adds the contrast is the silver. He's wearing the silver on himself to contrast with his skin tone. He got the contacts in. Maybe that's his real eyes. You know what I'm saying? This is my real eyes. Maybe that's his real eyes. You never know. But it adds that contrast. Shout out to my brother. Nigga unlocking new shit, bro. Type shit.
If after breaking up he just went back to a t-shirt and khakis and watching The Office, once you go goth, you can't really go back. A buddy of mine was recently in a talking stage with a goth girl, and I warned him that she would permanently change him and turn him into a bi-curious vampire. Now, selfishly, I didn't want this guy to go goth because he was my go-to pickup basketball partner, and I didn't want him to switch that out for reading Edgar Allan Poe, but he was under the Goth Girl Hypnosis and he did not listen to my warning. And I haven't seen him since. Great, so now I need a new pickup basketball partner. Hit me up on IG if you hoop. I'm trying to get some runs in, bro. Anyways, the main reason I think I couldn't date a goth girl is because I'm a red-blooded, American-made capitalist. One of my favorite albums growing up was literally called Get Rich or Die Trying. I'm all about the bag chase. I want to get so rich that nerds get mad online about how much money I have. And unfortunately, most goth people don't share this ideology. They're not into the idea of me getting my bands up. And if you're mad at me, as Ernie Johnson said,
"You're just talking to me because I stack paper to the ceiling and write on 24-inch chrome."
So if there are any free market supporting goth girls out there, follow me on Instagram and send me a DM. I'm posting there once we hit 50,000 subscribers.
Yeah, bro. You need yourself a fake goth chick. A goth chick that looks like a goth chick. She just like wearing black because you think it look good. But she's not. But she's mentally sane. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't worship the devil and shit. She doesn't wear a fucking whatever the shit. That shit. What's that shit with the star and the? I don't even want to talk about that shit no more, man. She ain't doing all that evil shit, bro. I done had some. I remember I went to high school with some shorties. There's this one shorty, right? Shorty is probably like 4'9", bro. Tiny shorty, completely pale skin. She looked like a vampire for real. You know what I'm saying? Blonde hair, bro. She was like a sophomore or a junior, bro, doing Zans. Sophomore, junior doing Zans. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, now bitch thinks she a witch. Bitch, how you think you a witch? Cause you did some Zans? Bitch, you fucked up the chemistry in your brain. That's why you think you a witch. And you only wear black and you light fucking candles in a fucking circle and try to do weird ass shit with crystals. That's because you fucked up your brain chemistry. That might be what it is. Motherfuckers, you know, they start dating a goth chick. The goth chick's like, oh my gosh, bro, let's do DMT or shrooms and stuff. And then boom, now bro think his mind unlocked. No, bro, you changed the chemistry in your brain, nigga. You fucked your shit up. Your shit's cooked chop shit. And now you doing all this weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it is, but the world may never know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna dabble in the goth chick bullshit. You know what I mean? But a shorty that looks like a goth chick, that might be your way to go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get a shorty that look like she might look good in the goth. Put her in some black. You know what I'm saying? Get her some lipstick and shit. Say, let's role play, shorty. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You got it. Without all the extras. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.